I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts, and crafts and jewelry. This the guardians of the geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
All right, another Geekery Market edition of the podcast today. Geekery Market coming to you at the Cabarrus Arena and Event Center on Saturday, November 21st, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That is the Saturday, a little bit later this year. This is Saturday right before Thanksgiving, so even a better time to go maybe get your picture taken with yourself, with Jedi Santa, or your kids, or both. Jedi Santa is for kids of all ages, and all ages have taken up Jedi Santa to sit on that lap. Sometimes it's surprises old Santa himself. So it's awesome. But we this is a completely free event for the admission. We do ask you to bring a non-perishable food item for Second Harvest Food Bank. Parking over 3,000 spaces, which is great. There is a $10 per car charge. So just stuff your car full of family, friends, clergy, whoever you want to bring. We're open to anybody. And but once you get inside, that is the payoff. 30,000 square feet of geeky goodness. And our friends who have come, I don't even know how many times you've been there, probably since the beginning, are pretty close, but Mocha Memoirs Press, we've got Misty, we've got Nicole with us, so welcome our friends. It's like lately it's just been like the homecoming on these podcast episodes, which makes it even more
So let's hang out with friends time.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome, and yeah, so do you have any idea how many times you've been? I'm not, I guess I need to
Well,
start
so let's
looking at
start
this.
off by in 2016, we
Mhm.
did not allow authors at the time. We were focused on crafts. We
Right,
didn't
right.
open up to authors until we moved to the new building. So the earliest probably would have been 2018, maybe.
Okay.
But I think you've been there ever since. Like I
Yeah.
can't think of a
Yes.
year that you haven't been there since you started coming. So
Yeah.
Your cool beans.
Heck yeah.
yay! Yeah,
Uh,
there's that first time people apply, and then you're like, when they apply to come back, that's always the most
That's when it's like, oh,
gratifying
we,
thing
yay,
ever.
we did something good.
They
I used to
still
feel
like
that way
us.
with, yeah, I used to feel that way with con programming, where it's like, oh, thank God I didn't chase them off. They applied again for next year.
Yeah.
I didn't kill them. Yay.
And meanwhile, we're going, hooray, they still like us.
There is that too. There are certain people though, after they apply the first time, we're like, maybe we're not the con for you. Maybe we're not the market for you. So
It's
and
rare, but it does
yeah,
occasionally
there's a
happen.
few people. Like I said, if you get on Wanda's list, just don't even bother applying.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, if you made Wanda angry,
usually it's because
you
you
got
asked
some sort of magical
27
power.
questions that are in the emails that we've already sent you. That's how to get on Wanda's list. It's like just
However, our two guests today have never been on Wanda's
no,
list.
no, I can't think of a time where you've been on anything but the good list. So
That's right.
yeah.
So
So
what's new at Mocha Memoirs? What good books have you got?
um, Nicole, you want me to take that?
I think Nicole has frozen. Oh, her
Okay.
speakers
our
went out.
speakers went
Her
out.
speakers went out.
Okay.
You're taking it, Misty.
Okay. Ah, okay. Well, we've actually got some new authors that we're getting ready to publish, and we're really excited about that. Um, and they're both fantasy, epic fantasy, and it's something that Mocha Memoirs doesn't have a lot of. So we're also looking for some romance to try to break into the romance and romantasy market. So by the time that the Geekery, gosh, what's
November
I
20.
wish I had the schedule in front of me. I don't remember exactly what's going to be ready by the time. Yeah, I don't remember. No, the schedule, our publishing schedule for the trying to remember what's going to be available. But we will have new books. The new authors probably not till late, maybe in time. It really just depends on what everybody gets done, because you know how authors are. And yes, I'm a publisher, but I'm also an author still, and we write like molasses in January. So sometimes. And so we are working on some new authors coming in, and we're hoping to have some new titles in November by the time the Geekery rolls around.
So if you were to
I don't.
give a brief overview of the type of publishing house that Mocha Memoirs is for somebody who's new to that, what would you say is kind of your main genres or your house? And you talked about expanding into, the romantasy area. But for people who are new to you as a publisher in general, what would you say your focus areas are?
Mocha has always been committed to those authors, well, and those readers as well, who authors of color, authors of not necessarily cis authors, and authors of color, and women authors, those who are not the standard straight white male that traditional publishing seems to just adore. So Mocha is looking for those voices that haven't had a regular outlet up till now. And so now we will occasionally take on a book by straight white authors, because we've got plenty of those, but they have to be incredible.
They do have to be incredible. They have to be exceptional, right? Because
Yeah.
there's so many other publishers who offer or cater to that particular demographic. So yeah,
and we appreciate the fact that you're giving other voices a chance.
Yeah.
The publishing industry, that they like to call it woke, but it isn't. It is still predominantly white men.
Yes.
So both as publishers and writers. So yeah, you can call it woke all you want. It isn't. It's not even close.
No.
Not your mainstream publishing for sure. So
no.
No.
That's true. And there are many small presses that kind of offer space for diverse voices. It always still makes me a bit infuriated when I see a table of contents for an anthology and it's all male. I'm like, really? We're still doing that in 2026, like late 2026. We're still doing that, or it's all white and male. It's like, what?
Particularly when it's like futuristic sci-fi and it's all just white men. It's like, I think we'll still be here in 2027.
Yeah. So that's kind of our focus. It's what our mission statement has been since we started in 2010. So we've been at this for about 16 years. And that mission statement has never wavered. It's to amplify marginalized voices in science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and speculative fiction.
Yes.
So we asked Misty, but you probably have some examples there. Do you have some new stuff that you're going to bring to the market this year?
So I am bringing. We will have. Yeah, by November we will have a complete series for L. Murray Wood's the Red Thread saga. It was a rapid release. So it's kind of romantasy. No, it's not. It's slipstream. But a lot of romance. So it's a very experimental saga in that it's slipstream, meaning that it's a bunch of different genres kind of like in each one. So we're on book 4, comes out next month, and then book 5 will come out in October. So you should have the entire series. It's already done. You don't have to wait for your author to finish writing it. This saga, this series is finished. All 5 books are done and ready. They'll be ready to go by. We should have all the complete set by the Geekery.
Amazing.
Sweet.
So I don't know if you guys saw this. This is Dreamless by Ledria Hurt. It came out in April, but it was at Con Carolinas. But her initial book was called Alice, which is a cosmic horror meets The Walking Dead.
Oh, wow.
Story that is going to be re-released. It has a completely different ending, so this is like a second edition that will be out in before November as well, because it's coming out in October. So we'll have copies of that at the Geekery too. I don't have any with me because we sold out, but I will have copies of Lex Christian's From Bad to Worse, the Shady Acres #1 story.
I bought one.
We'll have those as well. It's a great story if you're looking for elderly or senior protagonists. If you're sick of seeing like 12-year-olds or 20-year-olds saving the world, this is a very different dynamic. A bunch of elderly people try to save and stop the horror that's happening at their retirement community. So definitely I'll have copies of that as well. Oh,
yes.
and my own book will come out.
We like to say that we like to say that if you liked The Burrows on Netflix and you're mad that it got canceled, here you go. Jump in on that series because she's got plenty of stories lined up.
This one's for Carol. My new Kingdom of Avis book will be out by then too.
Sweet.
It's supposed to come out in October. It's already been through edits. It's just right now, I'm working on finishing the edits, but yeah, it's done.
Well, you will definitely sell one at the market because I will be there.
The title for that one is Birds of a Feather Burn Together. So that one will be out in November. It comes out in October, but I'll have copies at the Geekery.
Sometimes when you're the editor, it's harder to get your own work done because you feel like you should be spending time on other people and not yourself. I see Misty nodding her head as well. Now, new to the Geekery Market this year, we will have a special cage where we'll put in your favorite authors so you can poke them with sticks to finish their work. No, I'm kidding. It's for charity. Let us poke you with sticks. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
George R. Martin, let us poke you with sticks. It's for charity. So finish the book. Finish it.
My backdrop notwithstanding, I don't want to be in a cage.
Love it.
Shock collars will be,
shock collars
will be distributed at the door. It's like, okay, it's 8 a.m. It's now. It's fine. It's dystopian. It goes.
Matt's like,
yeah.
It's fine. So bad. So bad.
May need to edit that part out.
Get back to editing.
I love that. It's dystopian.
We'll have to restart that Twitter account, I guess. Put some of these things over there.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my goodness.
And then Misty was starting to say while you were working on your speaker situation that you were opening the doors to more romantic-y type authors and others. Talk to us a little bit about what you are looking for, your admission process if somebody is interested in getting into it, and what typically they might expect if they're looking to work with a publisher as opposed to self-publishing.
Right. So we are a traditional publishing house, meaning that the authors don't pay for anything except for their own author copies, right? So we pay for the editing. We pay for cover art. We pay for ISBNs. We pay for like all of that kind of stuff to get the book print and published. So that money should always, in my opinion, roll to the author. So as a publishing house, we don't ask for money. Unless you want to break your contract, and even then, depending on where we are in the process, if you decide, it's just not for me, we'll just let you out to some degree. There is some again, it's on a case by case basis, but for the most part, as a traditional press, we do all the work. We do all the paying. We publish the book, right?
Yeah.
It's not on you to publish the book, which is different. If you're going to self-publish, you have to pay for all those things.
Yeah.
And ISBNs are not cheap. So what we're specifically looking for, which we are very full on horror. That's kind of, if you can't tell, that's my baby. So we're very horror heavy. But we were looking to expand our romance line because we don't have very many romance titles. And that includes romantasy. So we're looking for a romance that is sci-fi romance. We're looking for queer sci-fi romance. Right, we're looking for that. More specifically, we're also keeping our doors open for diverse peoples, African Americans, Latinas, people who fall within that marginalized definition within the U.S. We're still looking for those. We're actively looking for those. We were closed to all submissions, but we recently we're going to open the doors in August. Did you say September or August? But soon we're going to be looking for those works. What we're actually looking for
is
September, right? Thank you. Because it's already August.
It's already August.
How did that happen? I was looking at the Geekery Market countdown clock yesterday, and we're at 104 days as of.
No, we are not.
And I'm like, how did we get? We're almost into the double digits. How did that happen? Like, not to scare us or anything, but it is Halloween season coming up.
Definitely some urgency there. So I think it's September 1st. We're going to open the doors to open wide for slush submissions. Usually we take pitches at conventions. But this time we're going for those particular, not for everything, but for those in particular. I personally would love to see more weird westerns.
I would love that too. I think horror in a Western setting is a very underutilized and incredibly interesting genre.
Love it. I do.
Well, Carol, you could write the Little House on the Horror episodes.
Little House on the Prairie is already a horror show.
Right?
Turn it the horror aspect to 11, and
yeah, there we go.
Little Haunted House on the Prairie.
There we go. That genre
just built this thing. How's it haunted?
So,
what do you think about the underrepresented, not getting a representation, an amateur taxidermy romance? I just think the setting, has a little bit of horror, a little bit of dystopian. Fantasy
what exactly
as
is
well.
The taxidermist romancing?
I really can't say that's a horrible idea. We have movies like the Wicker Man coming out, so I can't really say that's a horrid idea. It is an interesting one.
Let me tell you, that Wicker trailer, that trailer for that movie Wicker is wow. Okay, I'll be there opening weekend.
But it will come at a trigger warning, right?
Yeah. I did think it was funny that IKEA actually put out a TikTok just showing a row of baskets saying, "We have your type here."
Nice.
And just a female hand caressing all of the baskets and the raffia chandeliers.
Wow. I do love that. Isn't the gentleman the actor that's playing the actual Wicker Man, he is from
Alexander
Sweden.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, but he's from Sweden. Yeah. It's an IKEA Swedish.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I'm waiting for them to just drop the what did you call it? I guess you call it the Skarsgård, and it's just like this wicker dude that you can pick up at IKEA.
Yes.
Well,
stand him in the corner of your bedroom.
So when Matt and I first started dating, I was aware that his parents had divorced and that his father was gay and had recently left his partner, or his partner had passed away. And he messaged us and said that he had this new fella that he wanted us to meet, Max, right? Wasn't it called Max?
Adam.
It's literally the first time I'm meeting my future father-in-law, because Matt and I are still in the early dating parts of it, right? And he's like, yeah, come over, have dinner. You can meet my new fella, the whole thing. We bring over a bottle of wine. I'm as nervous as heck. We get in there, and it is a wire mesh man that he bought as an art piece. So if you think I don't have a little PTSD from the trailers of Wicker, if I didn't immediately think of my father-in-law, I did.
And he still has that in his new,
oh my gosh, yes.
new home in the bathroom. So you get to have somebody
watching you. Is that his version of Creepy Cindy?
It is.
Yes.
It's in the guest bathroom. So as you know, I have limited mobility, so I don't walk up and down stairs more than necessary. It's all calculated. And we went to stay with them because I wanted to go see the Danbro trolls that were in Asheville. They're not made out of wicker, but they are made out of wood.
They're made out of wood.
And so we went down there, and so we hung around and everything, but I didn't go down to the guest room to bed until it was late at night, and we were exhausted. So I just basically collapsed in the bed, didn't necessarily do all the necessary nightly ablutions that you would do, right? So I got up in the middle of the night to finally go to the bathroom, and there was Max sitting on the chair staring at me while I was on the toilet. I was like, oh, hello, Max. But he's just sitting staring. I'm like, and now he's a voyeur. I don't know how I feel about this, but yeah. My father-in-law is very big into the arts. He's a big supporter of the arts, but he has that kind of 1980s Axel Foley kind of mentality about art, where like it's plaster casts of full-size bodies and arms and legs and ears and headpiece. It's a special kind of art.
It's eclectic.
It's eclectic. So,
that's exactly what it is. It's eclectic.
Yeah, but you are not allowed to taxidermy your way into Mocha Memoirs. No, I'm sorry.
No.
I did say it was an interesting idea. I didn't say it was one we would accept.
Interesting, but not perhaps successful. I'm good.
So there's a chance. Okay, I got to get out my Smith Corona. Here we go.
I still have taxidermy-related trauma from the T. Kingfisher book.
Oh, right.
Oh, God, yes.
The taxidermied albino raccoon comes to life. Nope.
Nope.
That was the scariest thing about that book for me.
So Matt's uncle was a taxidermist, right? Is that one of them?
He's like a second cousin that I wish was further removed. My dad grew up in this really small town in Georgia, about an hour from Cassville, which is about an hour from Atlanta, and luckily when he was a kid the family moved to Atlanta. But his cousin, when we go visit like my great aunt, sometimes we go to my cousin's house, and he was a taxidermist, and it was incorporated. The workshop where all the magic happened was in the back of the house, but it just kind of flowed all the way to the front of the house. So there's like taxidermy stuff everywhere. And, people were coming to get their orders, so the stuff would be right in front of you, like on the sofa, there'd be like, a mongoose or something. I mean, just crazy stuff. And as a kid, I was definitely traumatized, but I was also very thankful that my dad and family moved to Atlanta, because that could have been me. That could have been Matt's taxidermy. I could.
And for those of our listeners who are new, they don't understand. Matt, whenever we're testing out the application for the new market, Matt always fills out an application as our test, and it's always for Max Amateur. Max Amateur.
Amateur taxidermy.
Not professional.
Not professional.
I don't have a license. So.
He never gets the eyes right. I mean,
no.
I love
his
animals.
work shows up on badtaxidermy.com quite a bit. Yes.
How do you tell the difference? That's what I want to know.
Oh no, you can tell. Look up bad taxidermy. It's horrific.
Completely botched. Yeah, you could tell.
And I love
Do not
animals.
ask me how I know these things. I'm a hard writer on the side. So yes, there are really bad ways to taxidermy things.
And I would never hurt an animal or anything like that. So it's even crazier. But our friend Nick Crook, that I think all of us know, he one time we were just, as you get bored sometimes in a couple moments at a con, and he said, "What if you had it veterinary? You're a veterinarian and an amateur taxidermy. So either way, it's a good story. It's a good outcome. So either you heal the animal or you get a nice parting gift.
That's like a complete that's a conflict.
So
of interest,
it just got
right?
worse.
I'm just horrified. Misty also horrified with me.
Good thing you're not hearing any of this, Artemis.
Oh, cute.
I just need you to show proof of life that our dog is still at your feet, please. So,
she's sleeping.
Okay, so if somebody is interested in submitting their work to you, where can they go find submission guidelines and deadlines and expectations and different things like that?
So we are listed on Duotrope, but if you go directly to our website, it says Write for Us. And on that page is where we list like all the things. That's our submission guidelines. It won't say submission guidelines, it says Write for Us. And that's where you will go and get all that information.
And truly the best way, if you're interested in pitching an idea, is obviously coming to pitch sessions at conventions. You'll also get a feel for the people that write for it and all sorts of stuff. I think sometimes when you go into a slush pile, you are facing a bit of a battle because you have to stick out of the stack, right? And it's not your traditional stack. Now it's a bunch of emails or, documents in a Word file kind of situation. So, so definitely do that. Here's the only tip that I will give as an outsider is if you go to the Geekery Market and you're there because you want to pitch your book to Nicole or Misty, they will be very sweet about it, but please don't block any of their sales in the process. Don't be so busy pitching your book that you're not being, aware that they're there to sell the books of the authors who have put their trust in Mocha.
We are a market, not a convention.
Yes. So
there's a time and place to pitch your book. That probably isn't.
It's a great time to introduce yourself and let them know you're interested so that when they see your submission come through, they might remember you, hopefully in a positive way, because you did not block their sales.
But please do not get in the way of Carol buying her book. Okay.
Exactly. We were at Charlotte Comic Con yesterday at the day of this taping, and there's always a couple people that walk around with their portfolio of art. And I appreciate that they want to talk to other artists, but that artist is probably not a publisher. And so they're not going to publish your work. And B, you're just more competition for them. Although there is a brotherhood of man, right? And to quote the Book of Mormon or, How to Make Your Way in Sales or whichever Broadway musical I misquoted. But the point is that, they're there to sell. That's not the time to pitch it to them. Now, a con where you're having a pitch session, absolutely. A place where, and don't do it to them while they're trying to go to the bathroom or trying to eat either. So, just be respectful. So
I do recommend that you should read books by the publishers you think you want to publish your work. I mean, that is really the kind of, it's a good way to, it's the same thing with magazines. If you want to write short fiction, it's the same difference. You need to know the market. You need to know who you're looking for, right? It's not just, I'm going to throw spaghetti at a wall, right? You need to know what we publish because we do get submissions. That's the fastest way to get you kicked out of slush. We do get submissions for things that we don't even publish. So it's really, really helpful if you buy the works. All our works are available in ebook. So it's not like you have to spend a great deal of money, but if you want to invest and know what kind of publisher, the kind of things we do, you should look at our books to see how our editing goes. You need to look at our books, see how our cover art goes. You need to look at our books, see how our formatting looks like. Like these are the things you should do if you're really serious about being published by certain publishers, right? You need to do your research into the publisher so that you know what kind of quality the product is, so that you're not investing it's a small price to pay, right? Because if you get in bed with not that we are, but if you get in bed with a publisher that isn't great,
you're stuck.
It can cost you more. It can cost you more down the line.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And what would you say is your top tip besides that? That's an excellent point. To somebody starting out in the business, what should their expectations be? They finished. We were just talking with Samantha Bryant prior to this.
It's like, I love her.
You finished. You're still a writer till you're published, right? Then you're an author, but you finish your work, and then there is a process afterwards, whether you self-publish or not. There's still a process you should be going through. Now, some self-publishers don't bother to do the editing or the formatting and the stuff, and it shows. But what's some tips that you would give somebody, or some expectations you should give somebody from the time they submit a book to the slush pile to the time they know whether they're accepted or not?
Patience. Misty, you want to take that one since you read more of our slush than I do, actually?
Sure. Well, in between submitting and hearing from us, I'd say keep writing other things. Don't sit around and wait, because if you sit around and wait, you're wasting an awful lot of time that you could be working on something that might be something even more to our liking, or might work with another publisher. And so by waiting, you're cheating yourself of those opportunities as well. So don't submit it and then stick it out of your head and work on something else. Don't waste that time. And I'd also say once you are accepted by Mocha or by any small press publisher, just because you feel like you've turned in the best possible version of your work you can, you're still going to be edited. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad writer. It means that the editor can see something that maybe you didn't, and they want to bring it to your attention, so that when your book finally comes out, it is the absolute most market-friendly, reader-attractive book that we can possibly make it be. Right. We at the publishing house are your allies. We're not your enemies.
I do think so. That's huge, right? Because I think sometimes when especially with authors who we publish a fair deal of new authors, here's my book, and they're like, so I get published next month, right? And it's like, I know we're small and like we won't take for the big 3 or the big 4 books go on submission for like a year, right? And then another year until they get published. We're faster than that, but we're not like next month fast, because we do have a publishing schedule and there are authors ahead of you. But I do think new authors should understand, in addition to what Misty said, is that Nicole, owner of Mocha Memoirs Press, is very interested in having a good story. So if your book comes to us and we ask you for revisions, remember, revisions, this is not edits, this is revisions. This is part of the writing process. Writing is a process. And I think sometimes we're so eager to get to publish that we forget that it's a process. There are steps involved. And there's a reason there are steps involved, because writing is a process. It's a circular process of editing, revising, drafting, editing, revising, drafting. I think we lose sight of that because in our current like society, everything is fast. But really deep, good stories take a lot of work. And I don't think new authors get that. They think, oh, I just put it in, hit press and done. No. This needs time to bake. This needs time to settle. This needs time to rest. And then you need to come back and go through that cycle again. And so I think sometimes it gets lost because we're so eager to get it out there.
Yeah, it can be frustrating, but really, like Misty was saying, you're there to give them the best possible product for a number of reasons, because if they're successful, you're also successful. So you're not doing it to their detriment.
No.
You're doing it to be a mutually beneficial process for everyone, the reader, the writer, and the publisher. Yep. So, kind of keep that in mind. So, well, thank you guys as always for coming on.
Yes.
You lovely ladies of the writing sphere. But As always, make sure you go to geekerymarket.com. You can click on the seller information, look for Mocha Memoir Press, and you can find all of the places that you're at, whether you're a reader or a writer. Make sure to go to their website, click on all the buttons, support all the things, and then make sure you come to the Geekery Market and buy all their stuff. So thank you guys for being on here, and we will see you soon. Less than 100 days.
Oh, no.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.